is a little bit of an impromptu video. I have had something on my mind for the last week that I just wanted to share with you, hoping that maybe it will help you. So I went to therapy a week ago, just feeling like this time of year, maybe I should do a check-in. If you're new to my channel, my husband Jeremy passed away on June 9th, 2 years ago. But leading up to that, like, was our son's birthday and our wedding anniversary is in a couple days, and I just felt like it would be a good idea to go back to therapy. I hadn't been since January, and for about 4 years I was going once a week, sometimes more than that. I've just been going periodically for the last year, because I have a lot of tools that I'm able to pull out, and then sometimes I just like a check-in. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. So I went back this past Monday, and I've just been feeling really overwhelmed and doing things that are very out of character for me. Like, I put a client meeting in my calendar on the wrong day. So I was 1 minute before my spin class was supposed to start on the bike, ready to go, and I had my phone with me, which I never ever have. And she texts like, "Are you running late?" I was like, oh my gosh, our meeting is today. I thought it was tomorrow. So I got off the bike, ran to our meeting. Luckily, she's also a really good friend of mine, and so she was like okay that I was in my spin clothes. That's very out of character for me. I told this story, I think, in the Marathoner live last week on Facebook, that I lost my car key in my car. Like, couldn't find it for about 24 hours, was super stressed out about it. And then my neighbor found it underneath their car, like that parked beside me. And then as I was going to therapy that day, I almost left the house in 2 different shoes. Like, I'm just very overwhelmed and scattered. So I went to therapy and, you know, instantly just start sobbing. She's like, okay, like, what's going on? I'm like, I just feel really overwhelmed. And I still do, for sure. I mean, it's only been a week since our session. But there was a few things that she said to me that really resonated. Like, my therapist is just praise hands emojis. Like, I don't know any other way to describe her. She's like praise hands emojis. She said, you know, we talk a lot about self-care and doing things that make us feel good and doing things to take care of ourselves. But she's like, it's most important to continue to do those things when you're not feeling your utmost, when you're not feeling at your peak or your best. And I was like, oh, right. Like, of course that made sense, but it really just like hit a nerve with me, because it's easy to do those like self-care things when you're feeling like you have your life together. Like, whether it's going to spin or whatever it is for you, it's easy to do those things when you feel like you have all the time in the world and you're not overwhelmed and you're not stressed out. But the more we get stressed and we get overwhelmed with, if it's work tasks or stuff that's going on at home or stuff that's going on with your kids or your friends or your health or whatever it is, I feel like that self-care is the first thing that we set aside and we push aside. So she was like, it's really important to do those things that make you feel good or that are just good for your mental health or good for your physical health. It's even more important to do them when you're not feeling great. And I definitely have been slacking in the last like few months with certain things, like eating healthy and meditating. Those are 2 things that I've definitely been doing less, especially as I started dating. Like, you know, we eat out a ton and it's just fun. Like, I'm just having so much fun. And I'm just like, again, I don't meditate because I don't feel like stressed and like I need to, but then I get to a point like, oh, I should be meditating. Like, I should be, you know, paying attention to what's going on in here and here and everywhere. So a few of the things that are sort of like non-negotiables I've realized in the last week for me are meditation, drinking a lot of water. I try to drink 100 ounces a day. I also have been moving my body every single day since therapy, whether it's been spin, yoga, going for a walk, or just like the other day I threw on headphones and as I was cleaning my house was like making sure that I was being more active so that I hit my steps, like really paying attention to my Fitbit, get my heart rate up. That's a non-negotiable for me. Eating healthy for sure. It's so interesting how, for me anyways, like I have a really unhealthy relationship with food, and when I'm feeling good, I want to eat gross food. When I'm feeling bad, I want to eat gross food, and then I just don't feel good. So, you know, that's something that I've really been paying attention to, like eating more salads, paying more attention to like how much I'm snacking or how much I'm mindlessly eating, that sort of thing. Talking to friends is a non-negotiable for me. Saying no to things is a non-negotiable for me. Planning fun things is a non-negotiable. So I really encourage you to stop and think about like, what are the things that are self-care for you? Is it exercise, meditation, drinking water, eating healthy, eating at home instead of eating out, getting together with your friends or just talking to your friends, less mindless scrolling, sleeping. I've been sleeping better this past week every single day. I think for the past week, I've gotten at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, which is amazing for me. And it's just so interesting. I really needed that reminder of like, it's so important to do the things that are good for your mental health and your physical health when you're not feeling your best. Because for me, that's the time when I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to spin class. I want to stay up late and I want to like watch stupid things, or I want to eat all the chips and drink all the wine and like hide and not talk to people and say yes to too many things and then be resentful. So it's been just a great reset and a great reminder for me. And I just wanted to do this quick video today to remind you too. What are your non-negotiables when it comes to self-care and being healthy and feeling good? And especially if you're watching this video and you're not feeling great, this is like a reminder to do those things. Whether it's just like go for a half-hour walk, get some fresh air, like if you can, eat your breakfast outside so you get some fresh air, drink some water when this video ends, sit quietly, journal. I'm going away for a couple of days. I'm taking my journal with me because I haven't journaled in a while. Like, what are the things that make you feel good? And then do them. So that is my challenge to you. I would love to know in the comments below, what are some of the things that make you feel good? And then I also want to know either below, or you can message me, or you can write it in the Facebook group. I want to know when you've done them. Let's try and keep each other accountable. We're super accountable in the Mareathonner Facebook group, and I would love for you to join me there, and I would love for you to just take some time to check in with your self-care and what you're doing, and make sure that you're doing it too, because I definitely had let it slip, and I have felt so much better this week because I've been putting myself first and I've been actively paying attention to what I need to do. So that's it for today's video. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Praise hands emojis for my therapist, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.